Yo, people, it's Daniel Nero,
I go by the name of Zoosh, aka Guyver
and this is Watch It or Not.
TV.
Yo, we're back, guys. We're back. New scenes, new scene, new scene.
Hey, just like that, just
Bro,
like that.
it's no
You're
games, bro. Just setting up offices and boom, back there. You get me? No
back.
jokes.
Pow. Hear me? Enter 24 with a pow. Because I feel like 2024 has got off to a start. I'm
Yeah,
not
it
gonna
has.
lie. 2024 has got off to a start. I feel like I've even seen all the wrap-ups of 2023 yet before 2024, just letting go shots. You hear me?
Yeah. We're
But
getting we're getting started early with this one. We're getting started early. But you good? How you doing? You all right over that side?
good, man. I'm good. I can't even lie. I'm good. I'm good, man. Top of the year. I feel like there's nothing better than a fresh start. Even though I'm not the new year, new me kind of guy, there's nothing better than like a fresh start, a fresh date to get,
That's
to
it.
start all the BS, start all the
That's it.
bullshit. You hear me? Start all the bullshit. Nothing better than a fresh start. So I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. You know what I'm
Say that.
saying? Yourself, you're good. You're all right.
I'm
You're in good health.
I'm good, man. I'm all good. I'm trying this new longer hairstyle thing as
You know
well.
what? As you were setting up, I wanted to say so. I was like, right, okay. But you see, I've learned you're a man of many hairstyles. I've
Yeah, I'm
learned that.
trying
I've
to.
learned that.
I'm just trying to see if this works for me. You get me? If this is
Are you
something
are you
that
on the sponge? Are you on the sponge thing then?
I
Yeah.
got the sponge. The sponge is gone, and you get me. It's all.
Say,
I
say
got
no
the
more.
paper fade and that. You get.
Okay.
Ooh.
I see you, player entering
Yeah. I even
2024.
tried
Split.
the new glasses. I'm switching up the glasses on them,
New
like
frame,
different
new
styles.
frame.
Who am I now? Hoy, you
Ah,
get me?
right, boy. See some
Bro,
people there, they wait for a new year to level up, They just wait
bro.
for a new year to level up.
That's why we're
Anyway,
moving.
I'm not gonna lie
But
though. I'm glad to be back, man.
yeah,
I'm
I mean,
glad.
I'm glad to be back, man. The energy's good. I'm happy. I'm feeling good. So, all right, man. Without further ado, the first show of Watch It or Not 2024. What we got for them? We
All
got.
right,
We're gonna
let's get
touch.
started with news or not. So we're still
Okay.
here with the news or not. We're still here with the
Yeah.
news
News
or
or
not.
not, still
Yeah.
here. We're gonna be touching on Cat Williams' interview. Yeah, that
Yeah.
little controversial 3 hour interview that he did with Shannon Sharp.
Yeah.
Uh,
Why? I'm interested to get into some of that, man. Some things were said, but I was like, ooh. Yeah.
some
What else
some
we got
real
for this?
business. Next, after that, we'll touch on Jonathan Majors. He finally speaks out after his conviction, so that'll be good to discuss some of the things that he said about that.
Mm-hmm.
After that, we'll talk about the Golden Globes, the winners and the losers. That was only, I think that was yesterday, day before yesterday.
Yeah. We're catching that this time because I feel like
Yeah,
we've missed out on
early.
winners and lists before,
Yeah,
but this time we're on point. Yeah.
yeah.
So
So
yeah.
that sums up for the news or not. And then when we go into review, we're going to be reviewing the thing that everyone seems to be talking about at the moment, Fool Me Once.
Yeah, that
Okay.
limited
So
series, yeah.
limited
That's
series on Netflix starring Michelle Coronation Street Keegan. You get me? So we'll get into that. Um, let's start it off, man. Let's kick it off. Cat Williams, yo, talking the things.
bruh,
Talking the things,
bruh,
bro.
bruh. First of all, can we just salute two black men sitting down, having a conversation, licking 10 to 15 million views in what, about 48 hours? 48 hours? Hey, bruh,
Bro,
listen,
bro.
you set the year straight. Two black men on a fireplace, just having a chit chat, just having a
And
little
bro,
bit of a chin wag.
it's the alcohol. It's the alcohol, bro. If
You
that
know what? That was mentioned kind of early, but I don't know if I even want to do that to Cat, man. He weren't there yet. He
it's the
just having
alcohol, bro.
two
It's the
little
once
sips, bro.
them two sips, bro, the interview just started getting sea blood. It's like, bro, you know what?
But not even like 5 minutes in, it was just pow, pow, pow. It's like man introduced man's name and man just
Oh,
started letting off shots. But
but you know what? Cat's got a rep for this type of stuff anyway. This ain't the
yeah. He's
first.
not new to this. He's not new to
Nah,
this. He's
this
not
isn't
new to speaking up the
the
things. He's
first
not.
situation that he's had like this. He's always on smoke at almost all given opportunities. But this one, he was taking aim at almost everyone that was anyone in his field.
Yeah,
So
And but
I
what was
mean,
good, he was bigging up, man. It weren't just like,
yeah,
right,
yeah,
man, the steamroller over everyone. Like he was bigging up who he felt he needed to big up. Do you like Cat Williams as stand up?
bro. He's one of my favorite.
Oh, is it? You know,
We
I
spoke
wanted
about this
to say
before
that.
because you're a Chappelle man, innit?
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, you did say
Yeah,
you like Cat.
I like Chappelle. I think Chappelle's banging, but the reason that I think with Cat is because his stand up, the two that he did or the three, I can't remember the three bait ones that he did with the like
Yeah,
the poor little Tink Tink and the
yeah.
one where he's in the green suit and stuff like that. Those bro,
Those are
they
classics.
made me
He's
cry with laughter. Like they cry. I remember being there, like, and I'm just like, yo, this guy is funny, but his new stuff hasn't really
it
banged.
doesn't
Like,
hit as much. Like he's still
nah,
funny, still got it,
yeah,
but like yo, that them earlier ones, that's classic material. Like classic material. Like I'm a Cat fan even from his roles here and there. Like I
yeah,
was
yeah,
thinking about my wife and kids the other day, and someone said they didn't
bro,
really rate that. And I was like, what?
bro, brother. What
That
did he
was a
say?
whole that was a
Pause
whole bit.
his clip, and it's like, oh, we out.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
was
yeah. And then he had the little
it?
horse that he would ride in on flipping.
Bro,
Bruh, he
nah,
was joking with my wife and kids. But yeah,
yeah.
I like Cat. He's always been outspoken. But yeah, he touched on a couple things that I thought was quite interesting. Obviously, we're here to talk about movies, TVs, actors, etc. Feel like Cat Williams is definitely in that category. So it allows
Oh
us
yeah.
to get into that conversation because he did speak about man like Kevin Hart, which is something I wanted to touch on. True, Kevin Hart's got a movie coming out soon, Lift, something new on Netflix. It was mentioned that he might be an industry plant. Um,
What is an industry plant? What is
an
that?
industry plant, see, because I know it more in the music terms, and it's basically someone that's just been put there by the industry to be made to look like they're independent, but they've got a whole backing behind them, and you don't really know that. You know how people buy into an underdog and an independent
Mhm.
story? They kind of take that away, but really and truly, there's a machine behind them pushing them.
Okay.
So Cat Williams was basically trying to say, like, he kind of just came on the scene rather than worked his way into the scene. Like, man
Okay.
didn't see him in LA doing the circuit and shit. He just came and then all of a sudden he had a film, he had a TV show, etc., etc. Given the success of Kevin Hart, I guess man was just trying to imply like this is you didn't really grind for this. Like you were
Yeah,
kind of put in a
you weren't
position.
out there shooting in the gym.
Yeah. So that has been touched on before by
Yeah, I've
other
heard that.
people. Yeah. Has that ever crossed your mind before?
Well, I mean, as you say, I don't remember seeing like early Kevin Hart. I don't remember that. I don't remember like I remember watching um all these other comics like Bernie and Cedric and DL, all them man like Chappelle, old school, like
Yeah.
young on the circuit doing like little stand-ups at the end of Def Jam and things like that and blah 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 blah. But I can't say that I remember. I can't even remember where Kevin Hart came from, to be honest.
He's more
Where
from see, it's weird because I feel like he did have a come up. Like I remember him in Paper Soldiers, like that Jay-Z film, when they did the Rockefeller film. That was like one of them low budget Dame Dash films. Um, I don't know what you would class things like A Grown Little Man and Seriously Funny. Like they were his earlier stand-ups, but I don't know. I never really saw like Def Comedy Jam stuff, but really and truly, Kevin Hart's from like a different generation to like Steve
yeah, you're
Harvey
right.
and the Bernies. So they came
You're
up a
right.
little bit different where we weren't really seeing underground comedy as much as we were when they
Yeah.
were coming up. So but his earlier stuff like Seriously Funny and Grown Little Man, that was before I can't remember if that was before or after Soul Plane. And to be fair, Soul Plane was
that's probably one of the most
Soul Plane.
earliest things that I
Yeah,
remember, to be honest. Soul Plane.
yeah.
It was
Yeah, see,
Soul
I
Plane.
feel like that's most people's introductions to Kevin Hart. And I wouldn't have thought that was like a major film, but when you think about it, the type of people that was in it, it was quite a big film. You hear me?
What year was Soul Plane?
What was that?
What year was Soul Plane?
Uh, I want to say something silly like 99, but I'm not too sure.
2000, 2004.
2004. Okay.
2004.
See, and when was Paper Soldiers? Paper
Paper
Soldiers.
Soldiers.
That has to be around the same time, if not a little bit earlier.
2002.
Yeah, see? So there's a little come up story in terms of he did some independent, low budget stuff. I don't know. I like Kevin Hart. I feel like
Me as
he's kind
well.
of exceeded like your stand-up comedian. Like he's exceeded just a movie star, to be honest. Like my man is a whole entity.
But I didn't see Kevin Hart as a stand-up comedian. I saw him as an actor who then started doing stand-up comedy.
See, but I think it's the other way around, but I get it because our introduction to Kevin Hart isn't really the stand-up route.
Yeah,
But I feel like that's what Cat was
that's
kind of
saying.
trying to say. Like
Okay.
when man put man in my realm, like when you're calling man a stand-up comedian, know
Yeah,
what
yeah,
time it is. You hear me? It's like, nah, bro, I do this stand-up thing. These
yeah,
man
yeah.
were put in positions, you hear
Little
me?
man, little man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because he
yeah,
kind of touched on that with Chris Tucker as well. But I hear what he's saying, man. I hear. Like I feel like there was a lot of truth in what Kat said, but it was sprinkled with a bit of pettiness and
yeah,
a
yeah.
little. There was some embellishment. At the same time, man's an entertainer. Man know exactly what man's doing. There was some jokes not to be taken too serious, but was said seriously.
Mhm.
But there was definitely a lot of truth in there because the responses, the lack of responses.
And
Um,
even sorry to cut you, even the I wanted to touch on, do you know the guy who was in Big Mama's house too? The like father like son.
Brandon T. Jackson.
Brandon T. Have you seen his
Yeah,
interview from
yeah,
before?
yeah, 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 yeah,
Thanking Cat, saying, yeah,
yeah,
he
yeah,
tried to save me by telling
yeah,
me about don't wear the dress. He's like,
yeah,
now you couldn't pay me $1 trillion to wear a dress.
yeah. Speaking of dresses, that was something obviously he was touching on, and that's been one of the main points I've been seeing flying around on the internet. That's always been a conversation though.
Yeah.
Um,
Chappelle had a big thing about that as well.
yeah, yeah, yeah. A
Was it
few
with
people.
Oprah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
And
I
Griffin,
think it was the
Eddie
same
Griffin.
Big Mama's house type thing, or it was something with Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
He mentioned where it was like they tried to get him to wear a dress.
Yeah.
Uh, Obviously, the internet never fails, so everyone pulled up like a whole heap of
All that,
pics,
yeah.
old school videos, and that. And there's a hell of a lot of man that wore a dress, boy, from your Wesley Snipes to just a whole heap of people, like everyone that you kind of
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx's, obviously, your Martin Lawrence's, yeah, the Wayne brothers, the Wayans, like a nice few people have wore dresses. How do we feel about that? Do you feel it's a thing where it's an emasculation thing, or
I
do you think it's a weird fetish, or it's just that the power that be, basically the powerful whites, like just have different humor and find it funny?
That's how I feel. And I feel like when it comes to wearing a dress, I feel like it's a them man thing. Like it's like a that's their kind of comedy. Not that it's not necessarily just white people, but just that
Yeah,
set of people. That's their type of comedy. That's their slapstick. Oh yeah, let's put a man in a dress. That'll be funny. Do you know what I mean? Whereas our side of comedy is like, nah, bro, we're a bit more tactile than that. We don't need to wear a
yeah.
dress to make things funny like that.
But do
And
you feel like they're forced to do it, like, or felt forced to do that though?
so yeah, and I feel like it's a case of they're like, nah, wear the dress, and it's kind of like I don't really want to wear the dress, but I wanna, I want this role, I
Yeah,
want this
yeah,
role, I
yeah,
wanna this that. You get me? So it's like yeah, and put in the dress, and then 10 years later, you got you're that guy. You get me? And it's like you sold out for that particular thing. But
yeah.
boy, I can't even lie to you, man. You're dropping me 10 million, man. What you saying? Just to wear the dress?
Wearing
Just the dress?
the dress,
Just the dress?
like a flowery dress and like a wig. Like you gotta play a woman. Like you gotta do up the part. Like you ain't just gonna be Dan in the dress. Like oh, be Kid Cudi. What we doing here? You hear me? You'll do the dress, my guy.
Oh, I don't know. There's like Medea.
Would you do Big Mama's house? Martin Lawrence comes to you and says, "Yo, boom, I got the part. We gotta be disguised as women." There's a couple parts where obviously you gotta play my daughter, my granddaughter.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, is I'll tell you one thing. Yeah, I know a few people that are desperate to be actors. Yeah, they're desperate. Like that's what they want. That's their passion. That's their love. Yeah, they want to be actors. So for them, seeing that type of opportunity is gonna land different to me. You get me? Like I'm thinking, like if you, because I've seen man wear dresses. Kanye's worn a dress, like, but as like clothing, if that makes sense. You get me? Like it's
Yeah, but you know what dress I'm talking
yeah,
about.
that's different. That's
You don't get no cool swag. You know
yeah, nah. We ain't doing up Miss Doubtfire, bro.
Yeah,
That's not.
yeah.
That's not.
Big this
That's not.
dress. Yeah, me.
Yeah,
White
nah, nah,
chicks.
nah,
Yeah, me.
nah.
Like dress, female character.
Not,
What you
not, not,
playing?
not, not, not for me. Not for me. But Brandon said he wouldn't do it for $1 trillion.
Right.
That sounds crazy.
I like Denzel ain't done it. He ain't had to do it. Yeah, me.
But we can't. We're not going to involve Denzel in this, bro, because Denzel sits on
I
a.
know he's the elite, but when you're looking back at the pics and videos, like almost everybody's, whether it was during theater, whether it was an earlier role, whether it was just literally a skit, like everyone's chucked on this dress. You hear me?
No.
Like,
Denzel sits above these.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Obviously,
Samuel.
no, I didn't see a pic of him. I didn't see
These
a
man
pic.
sit above that, bro.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
sit
yeah, yeah, yeah,
They sit
yeah.
above
It's
that. These
mad.
man are like OGs. Do you know?
Yeah,
Like I feel
yeah,
like these man are like like the man that used to roll with the road man, but they kind of they still know the
yeah,
man them. They still know the
yeah,
man them.
yeah.
Like
It's
if it got
like
a top,
we're from a different, basically a different cloth. That's the
yeah,
definition of being cut from a different cloth. Like them
yeah.
man, they're cut from different cloths. Yeah.
That's how I feel it. But yeah, well,
It's a mad one.
the
It's a
whole.
mad.
Say that again.
No, I was saying it is a mad one with the dresses because
Yeah, but
I would.
the whole 3 hours was a good watch. So if anyone gets a chance, they should definitely check that out. That's the one where you could just have it in the background. You run downstairs, you do this, you this, that, come back, blah, blah, blah.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't even see how you're not part of that 10 to 15 mil views right now. You hear me? Yo, that
To
thing
me,
went viral. No, I'm just saying
oh,
anybody.
in
I
general.
can't believe it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because that thing went viral while it was still on. Like I think about 2 hours in, right? There was viral clips flying, and there was still an hour left of the live thing. It was mad. It was mad. Another thing I feel like all eyes are on, have been on, is man like Jonathan Majors. Um,
Yo, listen,
He's finally
I
speaking out. He's finally speaking out. Quick one. I do think it's a mad one. I don't know if it's true because I haven't done my due diligence yet, but you know, sometimes you just have to take internet news as facts. Um, but Disney own the network that he's doing the interview on.
is it?
Apparently, I see that. I see that on the Ethernet. I see that on the Ethernet. Now, I haven't
Look,
done my due diligence to see if that's actually facts. But as I said, sometimes you just have to take them facts as facts.
so he
But
did it
if that
on
is, it's already Buki, right?
ABC, right?
Um,
He did it on ABC. Um, and I'm looking here, and yeah, it looks like that Disney
yeah.
owned ABC.
See, it's already like okay. So Disney's just said go on this platform and get busy.
But
Say
remember, let's deep it, yeah. Remember, what he's actually been convicted of isn't the big one that he got taken to court for. So the big one he got taken to court for was the domestic violence one.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
that was the big one. He got
yeah,
found not guilty of that one.
yeah,
What he
yeah.
got found guilty of was damaging her finger while trying to get his phone back, which he still denies. But
Cool.
yo, come on, man. What are we doing here? You telling me someone can take my personal property
I
and
can't get it back.
me and because I damaged them trying to get it back, whether it not be female, male, child, bro. What? Because I damaged them trying to get my property back, I must get in trouble. Come
Bro,
on, man. What are we
that's
doing?
mad.
And then on top of that, man's gonna lose everything he's worked for. But
Bro, it's peak. And then the question, like, like the silly questions was like, well, hold on, wait. How did she get my phone? How did she get my property? Like, how do we even get there before we've gone past this stage? Like, there's so much little bit. Even what you said there about the kid. You know how much times a little kid gets hurt because they've got someone's phone or someone's trying to get it back and you accidentally trip over the kid, or like them ones, someone else's kid say, "Oh, I'm sorry, but I needed my
Bro,
phone back." Hear me? Things happen, bro. So to know, and I get what you're saying. It's not the big one, but I feel it's the association, isn't it? That's basically what they're gonna go with. They're going with the fact that your name is associated with this type of case. It's not like a DUI. It's not jaywalking, something patents. It's like your name is next to assault. You hear me? And basically that's what it is. And I feel like that's the big problem for Disney. That's the only problem I could see that Disney could honestly have with how the outcome of this has been. You hear me?
yo, man, I just can't, bro. Like, I just feel like it's just
You feel for
like
the brother, right? You feel for the brother.
no one's perfect, bro. Like if he was out there beating on his wife, we've got a completely different conversation here. Like we've got a
Yeah.
completely conversation. But we're talking about that he's been found of what we're talking about facts here. And what the facts is, even if he didn't do it, he's been convicted of damaging the woman's hand while trying to get his phone back. And I think harassment as well because he tried to put her in the car or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That
yeah. So
so cool. That's so let's look at that. You telling me that that is something that someone should lose their whole livelihood over?
yeah, it's
That
violent. It's violent. Especially, I'm not even gonna say this. It's not even every man can put themselves in that situation. Every person can put themselves in a situation like that where it's like like, how do you even get away? Like, I don't even know. Like, I wish it well, is there even a thing where they say, well, this is what you should have done? Because then what is that? Like, what is the advice? Like, give me advice. What is advice when you're in that situation? What shall I do? You hear
leave them
me?
with leave them with your property.
But it still didn't
Call the
even seem that
call the
easy. It still didn't even
tattletale.
seem. Come on, what we doing there, man? What we doing?
Tattletale. Snitch.
What more than running away though? Ain't that like leave me alone,
Not only did he run away, bro, he did Mo Farah, bro. He was
bruh,
out, cuz he
bruh.
ran so many blocks.
Bruh, you see that Creed free training? Man, even.
Tough, bro. Man
Have
was
we heard,
out.
have we heard anything from have you seen anything from the interview? Like any clips, any questions, any answers?
I haven't
Like
seen. I've seen written stuff like what he said. He's like that. He didn't. He felt shocked when the verdict came out, and he still vehemently denies that he damaged her. He says he doesn't even know how her finger got damaged,
yeah,
and that kind of corroborated with the witnesses, her friends saying that she was moving calm when after the thing, like she was like drinking and this that took her card his card out or whatever and paid for the drinks and blah 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 blah. But one thing that I did notice is he acknowledges that he shouldn't have been in that relationship anyway. He
yeah,
said
yeah,
that
yeah.
he
Should have been
said
in a
that
relationship, been in the car. He said if it weren't in none of it, it wouldn't have happened. I see that.
yeah.
I see
So
that.
he definitely aware that he shouldn't have been in there. He's aware that right, the relationship was toxic. I shouldn't have even really been involved in all of this like that. You get me? So
Yeah.
I suppose that's some sort of W to take
Admission.
out of it. But I just
Yeah.
hope that he can claw back some of what he had and kind of work back to it. I'd accept a man taking you get me, right? You've been naughty, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
lose something. You get me? You lose something. You can't lose Kang.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's yeah. 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 I
Kang.
see.
What what
I
what
see. I see one or two clips with where they spoke about Megan Good and he was like, yeah, she's been really helpful and boom boom boom, and I'm really lucky to I'm blessed to have someone by my side and blah blah. So I see that they touched on. And they also asked him if he thinks he'll work again in Hollywood. And he was like, yeah, well, I hope so, sort of thing. You hear me? So he sounds confident not confident, but like he still believes in himself. I feel like he's not all the way deflated, which is a good thing because I feel
yeah,
like
it's
a
good.
knock like that, that's like that could be the Great Depression, bro. Like
Yeah,
that
yeah,
could be, I don't know. How do we even compare that to on an average man scale? You get me? When you're going for that certain job and you've got the job. That's how deep it is. It's not even you're going for that certain job. I've got the job. I
yeah.
start at the top of the year. You
He's
know,
already
like
been, nah, he's already been in it. He's already started the job. He's
yeah,
already
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He
It's
just got
already I
fired
don't,
from the job. He's on probation.
bro. Yeah, yeah. Literally, that's like where you don't prove yourself in the 6 months and they just drop you. They're talking about replacements. Coleman Domingo. That's the guy that's playing Danny Glover's part in The Color Purple. He was also in The Fear of Dead. I've seen him in a few bits. The last 5 years, I've seen him get active. He looks
Yeah.
quite older, so I think he's quite late onto the scene, to my knowledge, anyway. You feel like that's a decent replacement, or we're not
I
having it?
I I I just wonder if he's gonna get called back.
You reckon?
I wonder.
Even after all of this,
I wonder.
it would be a
I wonder.
big. I tell you what, it would actually be a slick move to do because it
I
would
wonder.
be big news. It will cause, you know what it is though? I just don't think, the others, the others, the others.
Them man.
I just don't think that they'll be set. I think they'll cause too much of an uproar and there'll just be too much of a backlash. We're talking about Black Ariel, my guy. We couldn't have Black Ariel without, you hear me, a little and we're talking
Because
about bringing my man back as
the
Kang.
melanin don't reach the deep
That's
ocean, is it? That was the they can't you can't get the melanin comes from the sun. So how's she gonna be black under the deep ocean? It's nature. It doesn't make sense.
that's what I'm saying. You hit that. I wasn't even thinking that. It kind of made sense a little bit there, but those are the kind of things that they're gonna be coming out with excuses to stop man like JM. You hear me? So I can't see them going back. I can see him getting another decent role, but I can't see them circling back
That's
and
it.
wheeling him as Kang,
I,
man.
I'm I'm just gonna believe in it until it don't happen. You get me? Because I like Jonathan Majors.
We need that. Yeah, so do I, man. So do I,
I
man.
like Jonathan Majors. I feel like I've been part of his rise. He don't know me. He don't know me, but
Yeah, yeah,
I've been
yeah.
like I've been knowing him like from the oh wow, how have I forgotten the Soho thing, the last black man in San Francisco, sorry, the
Okay.
that
Okay.
so even he was in White Boy Rick as well. Do you remember?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Old
yeah.
school, you get
Obviously,
me?
Lovecraft Country. Where was one of my introductions? I did see it pop up the other day, man. One film. Can't remember. But he was in The Harder They Fall as well. Like he's had a
Yeah,
nice run, man.
the Five Bloods as well.
Yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
been in a few like
He's
just
earned he's
random.
earning it, he's earned his little, yeah, he's earning his spot, man.
Let him live.
I mean, Cat
Let
Williams
him,
little shots at him as well, though. I'm just gonna put that out there, man. He little shots.
he's talking about the whole white lady thing and this
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, living in America, I will say this: you gotta know how life can pan out with the certain choices that are made. Like living in
yeah, I
America, I
mean,
don't know if it has so much of an effect over here like that, but over there, so like you have to be cautious about what you're like. Don't be shocked, innit? Like, don't be
yeah,
shocked. At bare minimum, if the thing goes left because of certain choices you've made, like,
we
don't be shocked. You
understand
know
that.
where you're at. You know where
Yeah,
you're at. You hear
I
me?
think he does as well now because
Yeah,
obviously
yeah.
he's with Megan Good now.
Went
He's like,
straight to like you don't even know
my
man's
bad,
taste. It's like, what are you into? What's your type? I ain't got no
my bad,
type.
guys.
Hey, bad bitches is the only things that we like. Hey, that's
He's
what
like, yeah,
Jonathan made. He's on that.
you right. You guys right.
Yeah,
Now
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
made a mistake. I made a mistake. You guys right.
And he went straight to a good one as well. He went straight to a good one. No play, play. No play, play. He went top of the range. Top of the range.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Good luck, Jonathan Majors, man.
Yeah.
Good luck.
We hope you we hope to see you picking up something at the Golden Globes some point.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, maybe not 2024, but hopefully,
Nah,
man
nah,
can make a
no.
return next year. Next year, look at
Yeah,
one
yeah.
year. Sometimes you have
2025.
to sit a year out. That
Yeah,
should be
yeah,
the
yeah.
punishment. Sit 1 year out of the Golden Globes. Mad thing.
You
Out of awards.
understand?
No
And then
awards this. Yeah, it's cool. But speaking of Golden Globes, they just happened literally yesterday. I
Yep.
believe, or the day
Hmm.
before. Um, we normally miss, like I
We
said at
do.
the top of the show, we normally miss the awards and the winners and the list. And we're like, yo, we can't really be elite film, TV podcasters if we're not really talking about what's going on at the awards. You hear
Yeah,
me?
we're not
So,
catching them and
yeah.
releasing the content early.
All right. All right. So we won't go through everyone. You hear me? We're not gonna talk about everyone, but which ones were
But we'll
what
talk
were
about the best film, obviously. Best
yeah.
film, Oppenheimer.
Yes,
You
yes.
seen that?
Yeah. I seen
Yeah.
Oppenheimer. Could definitely see why that one
Yeah,
um
definitely.
took it. I thought what was the nominations for best
You
film?
had Killers of Flower Moon, Maestro, Past Lives, The Zone of Interest, and interestingly enough, a movie that went really under the radar that we got invited to see personally, Anatomy of a Fall,
Oh
was
yes,
nominated as well for it.
yes. Another film I could see why
Yeah,
nomination. I gave it the win, but definitely
yeah, I
could
can
see
see why.
it's in the nomination category.
Mhm.
Um,
Best
I'm not,
female actress in a film, Lily Gladstone for Killers of Flower Moon.
yes. Have you seen The Killers of Flower Moon?
No, I haven't. I
That's
haven't
the
got to it.
only one I haven't seen.
I
Only
haven't
one
got
I
to it.
haven't seen that yet.
I haven't got to it.
I
Uh,
have heard it's really good.
yeah, I've heard it's really good.
Yeah,
It's
could
Leo. You
yeah.
can't tell me. You can't tell me a rubbish Leo film.
Me personally, no, because I'm a Leo fan. There will be people that will tell you things like "Catch Me If You Can" ain't all that, and I'm like, what? Are you a dickhead? Are you?
It might not be. It might not be here, but it's definitely not there. There's no
Yeah,
Leo
yeah,
film
yeah, yeah, yeah,
of
yeah,
of 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 our like generation, the last 10 years, 15 years, that's here. No
yeah.
way. Like
One hundred percent.
they're
One
all of a
hundred percent.
certain standard. Like so
Agreed.
if
Agreed.
Leo's in it, it's gotta be
It's
worth a
got,
watch.
it's got to be so. It's got to be so.
Yeah,
It's got to be.
exactly.
Got to be.
So you've got best film, musical or comedy, Poor Things. I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen that
I've
one.
heard good things about it though. Um it's got Emma Stone in it. So I've heard really good things about that. Best male, in a musical or comedy, you've got Paul Giamatti in The Holdovers. You had
I'm
Joaquin Phoenix for Beau is Afraid in that um, category. Timothy Chalamet for Wonka, and you also had Matt Damon for Air. And Nicolas Cage is still getting nominated out here, for
Bro,
Dream
people
Scenario.
listen. People need to put listen. Look a piece
Come
of respect
on,
for man like Cage.
Nicky enough.
Man like
Nicky,
Cage has been outside,
yo,
outside. I'm hearing a
Nicholas.
lot about the holdovers though. Hearing a lot. I
Yeah,
haven't had a chance to watch that one yet. That's kind of just dropped. Um, but I haven't had a chance to watch that. But I'm
me
hearing a
either. I
lot
haven't.
about the holdovers. A lot about it.
Same, same.
Um,
Best
yeah,
TV series, drama, Succession, obviously.
yeah. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that at all.
And
Succession,
then
real strong end.
following that, you had Best Female Actor in a TV Series, Sarah Snook from Succession.
Yeah, yeah.
Best TV Series, Musical or Comedy, The Bear, Back. We reviewed that. We got that one.
Have you
Bit
finished it?
upset. What's that? No, I haven't seen season 2 yet. I haven't
I've
seen it.
started it, but I haven't finished it yet.
A bit upset that Abbott Elementary didn't get the win on that, but I'm not mad at The Bear.
You know what? I'm surprised that hasn't been nominated. I don't
It
think it
has.
was nominated.
Abbott
No,
Elementary.
no. I was going to say something else. Slow horses with
Oh, with
Gary
Gary
Oldman.
Oldman.
Like that's a
Okay,
really good show, bro. Like a really those who watch it know it
know
slaps.
about
It's
it.
just like no one really watches it. Like no one really knows about it like that. But I'm
But again,
surprised slow horses weren't up in here.
you can't tell me a crap Gary Oldman film.
Yeah.
Like you
He's
can't
a
tell me.
draw. He's a draw. Gary Oldman is definitely like one of those DJs on a flyer where you're like, okay, I'll go to that if he's gonna be DJing. That
Gary
is Gary
Oldman's
Oldman,
range is incredible, bro.
bro, and he
Like,
just falls into a role. He's like one of them guys where it's like you just believe everything he does. Like he just
bro,
he is that guy. Like he is Gary
bro,
Oldman, and
you got
he's
man in
playing on.
Harry Potter. You got man, even if you go back and you got him from Leon the Professional, Darkest Hour, where he plays Churchill. You
Yeah,
got him in Dracula, Fifth
yeah,
Element,
Yeah,
Batman. Come on, bro.
yeah.
What are we doing here, bro? Like,
Masterclasses. Masterclasses.
bro,
Oh,
Oppenheimer. I swear he was in Oppenheimer as well.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
He was in
yeah. With
Oppenheimer.
he had the white
Yeah,
hair.
bro.
Yeah,
Come on,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what are we? Let's not. Yeah, let's Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. Like,
Like,
bro.
yeah, masterclass, bro. Masterclass.
Hannibal, bro,
Masterclass.
all over
Master.
the air. Even when you go back, Air Force One with Harrison
Yeah,
Ford, bro.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
I don't want
I'm surprised he ain't up. He wasn't up for something. I'm
to,
surprised. So
bro. He's been about. Anyway, sorry. Back to the Golden Globe. Um, best limited TV series. You've got Beef. The
yeah,
the drama series, the little comedy drama series that
with
was
Ali Wong.
Stephen Yun,
Yeah.
Ali Wong and Stephen Yin.
Who
Then
won?
you next you got cinematic and box office achievement Barbie,
Sorry,
which I still ain't seen.
did Beef
Still
win
ain't
that, you
seen Barbie.
said? Did Beef win
Yes.
that, you said?
Yeah, Beef won the best limited TV series.
Okay, okay, okay. Interesting. I didn't see that one. I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I'll just touch on best male, sorry, as well. Killian Murphy for Oppenheimer.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
also had your boy Coleman Domingo up in that one for Rustin and Barry Keoghan for. Have you seen Saltburn?
Not yet. Not yet. I've been hearing we're reviewing that next week we're reviewing that because I've been hearing a lot
Brother,
about it. I'm a bit skippy
brother,
about it, but you get me, we got a job to do. But I hear it's a mad one.
brother.
It's on the list. It's literally on the list next. After
Okay,
this review, obviously, that was what I was gonna watch next. But you gotta
yeah,
be
bro.
I heard I gotta be in the right mind, right setting, you hear me, for that one.
Wild. But yeah, just catching on a couple more. Best director, Christopher Nolan, Oppenheimer. Best female actor in a film, Emma Stone, Poor Films, musical or comedy.
Um,
Best
was was Barbie not in any of the nominations?
Yeah, Barbie won best cinematic and box office achievement.
Okay. I would have thought Barbie would have took a few more home, considering the time it had in box office and just the attention it garnered and
Mhm.
got. But yeah, interesting. Looked like Oppenheimer took the Golden Globes, really, though.
Yeah, because
They had
even
a good
best
time.
supporting actor, you got Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer as well.
Okay, he put on a masterclass in that. I
Yeah, that
like
was a fun. That was brilliant. Best female actor, you had Ali Wong for Beef in a
okay,
series, and
okay.
then double up, Stephen Yun won the best male in limited TV series for Beef as well.
Okay. I'm surprised they still gave Beef a couple accolades after the little controversy
Oh
that
my
came up.
man, the
Yeah,
doing
yeah, yeah. I'm
that
surprised
kind
they
of
kind of
that's gone way under the radar, isn't it?
it did
Way
weirdly.
under
It
the
did
radar.
weirdly. I don't know what else happened around the time that just got knocked on the head. But
Yeah.
yeah, so but I
Um,
like Beef. I'm happy for Beef. That was
yeah,
cool.
I'm
That was
happy
good.
for that. That they're both of them, to be honest. Ali and Steve, I like them. Interestingly, best screenplay, Anatomy of a Fool, won that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
It
Best
was
male in the TV series, Jeremy Allen White for The Bear.
yeah, yeah, I see that. I see that. I see that. I see that.
Best non-English language film, Anatomy of a Fool.
Okay. Look at that one. And that's a late comer.
Yeah, because we only went and watched that the end of last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, it literally just come out. Yeah.
Best female actor in a TV series, Ayo Edibiri. Sorry if I've said that wrong. From The Bear.
Yeah, I see that. I see her accept the award for that one.
Best male actor in TV series, Kieran Culkin for Succession.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Macaulay's brother. You get
yeah,
me.
yeah.
And finally, we'll just do best animated film, The Boy and the Heron. That's created by Hayao Miyazaki, who is the director of Studio Ghibli. So, do you know
Okay.
Studio Ghibli? Must do.
Yes, but I haven't
Spirited
seen this
Away,
one.
this, that, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
yeah,
blah.
yeah, yeah. I haven't seen this one though. I've seen the
Yeah, no,
first
I
one.
haven't touched this one yet either, but
Yeah.
it's there's a lot of people talking about it though.
Okay, okay.
So yeah, that's the Golden Globes wrapped up.
I'm not mad at the winners. Not mad at the
Nah,
winners.
nah,
I
and I'm
think
happy to see our link getting us into the movies like Anatomy of a Fool. them big movies that are
Man,
winning
seeing
Golden
winners.
Globes and that. You get me? Toot toot.
Yeah. No, definitely, definitely,
Toot
definitely.
toot.
But yeah, that's a good list. You can't really be mad at
Yeah.
that, man. Everyone
No, no,
that
no, no,
won
no.
kind of they earned that. That's not one of them ones where it looked like they were just reaching and just giving out awards for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Yes, I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that. But
Yeah. So
review time.
review time. Let's move on
Review.
to it. I'm actually quite excited for this. I'm not gonna lie. I've been wanting to do this one since I watched it. I think I finished it a couple of days ago, and I was like, "Do you know what? I'm gonna do a quick review." But obviously, we said we're gonna do this, so I was like, "All right, cool. Let's run this." So Netflix's new TV miniseries 2024 came out like last week. Fool Me Once. It's an adaptation of Harlan Coben. So Harlan Coben adaptation. I looked into this Harlan Coben. He's an American writer,
He's
and
got a few in it.
apparently this is his MO. So
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
whole he did Stay Close. Did you watch Stay Close?
yeah,
He done The
yeah.
Stranger as well.
Yeah, seen that.
So he's that whole mystery question asking suspense thing is
It's his bag.
his
It's his
bag.
bag. It's
That's
his
his
bag.
bag.
He's done
So
a couple of these as well, so I feel like he knows what he's doing. He
yeah,
knows what
yeah,
he's building. Um, yeah, and this is the new one to his collection. So
yeah. So
Netflix
synopsis
started off.
time. A widowed mum, Maya, is disturbed by an image of her late husband captured on her toddler's nanny cam.
That's not the greatest synopsis for it, I don't think.
You don't
But
think? I think that's quite.
it, it,
I
it just
think that
tells you
gives enough.
it just took well, that's how it all that's like opening the door, I guess. It's like
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is how it
yeah,
all kind of unfolds. You hear me? That's
yeah,
like the first sentence in the story. That's like literally episode one. You hear
yeah,
me?
literally.
What it turns into is you hear me? Even though that nanny cam, as we're literally just saying it, I like the way that looped back round, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah, that was
Um,
so. This one starring Michelle Coronation Street Keegan. That's what I remember her from. I remember like from when man used to watch them type of things. Like it's like
Bruh. She
I
was
just
hot for a
remember her
minute.
being
Like
in it.
people used to talk about, like she was the it girl for a hot minute. Like you
Yeah,
used to hear
hot
her name
second,
flying
hot
about.
second.
You hear
Yeah,
me?
yeah, yeah,
She was the new little petite thing on the block. You hear me?
yeah,
Um,
100%. And
then
then
she
she
got
did
married to
that.
Mark. She got married to what's
Mark
yeah,
Wright. She's
yeah,
married to
yeah,
Mark
yeah.
Wright.
But where's
And I
she been
remember
though?
her from. Sorry, what'd you say?
I said, where's she been?
No, because she was in. I was about to say she was in that Argyle, that series that went on for a while. About the girl in the girl in the army with what's her name? I can't remember her name, but the girl who plays. I'm sure the girl who plays Stacey Slater used to be in it as well. But
Okay, I don't remember that. I don't remember that, but
yeah, that was her first thing after Coronation Street. Her first thing, our girl. It was like a female medic in the army.
okay, okay,
So she's
okay.
done the army thing before.
Yeah, okay. I was just about to say
Done
that.
that,
She's not new to the
yeah,
army. She's not new
done
to
the
the
army. So
army.
this is her new thing. Like this is the thing that she's trying to get into. You get me? So all right, she's trying to get into them series roles. You get me?
Yeah. Because I was just thinking, right, I ain't seen her for a hot minute. I ain't seen her since Coronation Street. I didn't even watch Coronation Street. I just remember at the time you
The
just
man
used to
them
hear
chatting
her name
about her and
fly
that.
about. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, she's back on the scene. I always think, Rash, you must know a producer or you got a new agent. They just got busy. Um, but I don't know. She's back on the scene. She popped back up.
Mm.
Um, and she didn't do a bad job. She didn't do a bad job at
You know
this.
what? She didn't do a bad job. She
She didn't
didn't.
do a
She didn't
bad
do
job.
a bad job. I was pleasantly surprised at what at how she was, to be honest.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
think she got the army woman down, rolled down. To be honest,
yeah. Oh, yeah. Because the way she was moving, like,
yeah,
it was quite believable. You could see that she was a
yeah,
very confident character. She wasn't taking no bullshit from nobody, no matter how. Because she's mad small, like really,
yeah,
really, really, really small. There were
yeah.
scenes where she was sitting on the bench next to a guy or something like that. She's really
Slender.
small,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
she's
yeah.
badding up, man. But it don't seem unbelievable. Like she's
Nah,
carrying the part well. You hear
yeah.
me? So
That
yeah,
was that was
she
good.
was she was a good character. Who else was in this?
Joanna Lumley, bro. Joanna
Yeah,
Lumley from flipping
yeah,
absolutely fabulous, bro. She
yeah.
was in this. I was like, yo, go on,
Legend of the
Patsy, you
scene.
know. What's
Yeah,
Patsy doing out
I
here, cuz?
know, I know, I know, I
Yo,
know. Still using the
Patsy.
whole of Ulay, mixed with a little piece of Botox and probably quarterly
Yeah,
surgery. But you know what I mean? She
yeah,
ain't
man.
looking too
She's
bad, man.
there.
She ain't looking too bad.
You
Yeah,
had
me.
that Richard Armitage who played her
He's in the
husband.
yeah, he's
I've
in the
seen
few things.
him in because he was in The Hobbit. That's where I first saw him. He played the one of
Yeah,
the main little Hobbit guys, the
yeah,
fighting.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
I see his
he
face a
was in all
lot.
three. He was in all three of them.
Oh
Thorin.
yeah, he was. He was. I didn't even.
Yeah, he was in all three of them. And then he was in the other one that's like this as well. The
That's what I was.
Stranger.
Yeah,
He
that's
was
what
in
I
The
was thinking
Stranger
of.
and he was in Stay Close as well.
Yeah, he keeps. I don't think they can use him again. I'm gonna be real, but
He was
but
he's been in these books. You get me?
yeah,
He's been in
yeah,
them.
yeah. Another
Um,
one was, or how do you pronounce his name? Adil Akatar
oh, a deal actor.
actor.
I've
The
never seen him
the
before.
detective. I know him from Sweet Tooth.
Oh,
There's a
snap. Was he in that? Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He's like the
Okay.
doctor of Sweet Tooth. I actually
Okay.
liked his character in Sweet Tooth as well. So when I see him in here, it's kind of similar. He's quite a lyric.
Oh, was he
He's
similar?
quite
Yeah.
erratic and kind of he always got this real scruffy look in it. He's got a real scruff.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, it
What's
suited
going
this
on?
part considering what he was going through.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
like,
yeah.
he's just really got that kind of look. But he's cool, man. He's cool. I like him, man. I like him.
Nah,
But
fair
yeah,
enough. That's the only ones I know. So
yeah. The friend, Shane. I know
okay.
his character. What was that? Emmett. Uh,
Emmett Scanlon.
yeah. I've seen his character before, or I've seen his face before. I'm
I
not too
see him
sure.
in he was in Gangs of London, actually.
I don't even remember, but that's probably what I'm talking about. It's probably what I'm
He
talking.
was in Gangs of London. I
Okay.
remember him from there.
All right.
Um,
What
and the
did you
people
think
that I
about this?
know, interestingly enough, just random fact, when I was doing the research in that, there's someone in this called Marcus Garvey.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Marcus Garvey. I thought that was kind of mad. I was like, rah, what a name. He might not even know the power of
What
that
white
name.
guy? White guy.
Yeah, yeah. The guy who played the brother-in-law.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, his name's Marcus Garvey.
Is he? Yeah, he don't even look young enough for his parents to have named him after. I don't know. That's a random one, isn't it? Maybe it is just a bit of a quinky dink.
I'd
Yeah,
be
me.
interested to speak to him and be like, do you know the power in
You
your
have
name,
to.
sir?
You have to. We can't be the first.
No.
We can't be the first
Nah,
black people to heard that. Because I've seen his
he
face
must have
about,
run into
actually.
someone.
That's another guy I've seen his face about. Oh yeah, he's seen it here. Eddie. He played
Yeah,
Eddie.
Eddie Walker. But yeah, anyway, all right, into the show. What did you expect to get from this? What did you
Uh
expect?
another UK limited series drama like Stay Close, to be honest. There's a few of these. There's like it's definitely building up its own little
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
category. It's like them old school true films,
Yeah.
true series. It's got that kind of it's building up its own little mystery.
Yeah,
Even the
yeah,
look
yeah.
of it, like I couldn't tell where this was. Where was this? Where was this
England.
based? Yeah, I know, but where?
Oh, I don't know.
Exactly. Like you don't even know. It's just it's got the UK backdrop, but you know it's
Yeah,
mixed with a
yeah.
bit of farm, with a bit of London. Like the
Yeah,
houses
yeah.
in this and the mansions that they were living in. Like this was like they had
Yeah,
big
bro.
money, big
Some of
big money.
these kitchens, bro. I'm like,
Fuck
yo,
the
even
kitchen.
my
Fuck the
man said he
kitchen.
was broke.
Did you see the fireplace? The fireplace was bigger than Joanna Lumley, bro. Like it was massive, bro. It was crazy. But like I couldn't tell where it was, but it's just got that UK feel in it. You just tell
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
UK. It's got that gloomy, cloudy kind of
Mhm.
feel. You kind of know where it's gonna go with a mystery. I think it's just down to whether the mystery and the story writing is good on these. You get me?
Yeah, literally, that's what it's about. You know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a
Yeah.
thousand questions, and what the story, what the way. to know if this is going to be good or not is if those 1,000 questions, if the answers are acceptable enough.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
that's
yeah,
that's that's what you're waiting for. Like,
yeah. And I need.
first of all, am I going to get these answers?
Mhm.
Second of all, are the answers going to be acceptable enough? If you can
Yeah.
do both those things,
Then
you're
you're all
probably
right.
onto a winner. You're
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
onto a
you're
winner.
right. Yeah, because man, it's
And
getting nut up here. You know what I mean? So it's just like just acceptable because it's always a
yeah,
good watch. I like the
yeah, yeah,
limited
yeah.
series because, as we say, it's like a film, but they can do a bit more with it, and that's what I even
Mm.
felt with this. Even though I've been a bit shorter, I felt like some of it was a bit dragged out, but it was like okay, this could have either been a we can open it up a bit more and make it a limited series. So I
Yeah.
enjoyed the limited series. You hear me?
No, so do I. So do I. I got to about, I'm lying. I watched the first episode and I wanted to watch the second straight away. There was no,
Yeah,
there was no, there was none of that. I don't know this, that. I wanted to watch the second episode straight away, like
yeah,
straight
yeah.
away. And I think I got to like the third, and I got busy. I had to do stuff throughout the day, and the whole day I was thinking about I need to get home and watch this thing to see where we're going with this because there's a lot of questions that I need answers for, and I want to know what I want. You get me?
They done a great job in the cliffhangers. Like the
Oh,
cliffhangers are good.
bro.
Like every time it ended, it's like, well, I need to know
Well,
what happened. No,
I
innit?
have to
Like
now.
this
This that
this
even
was Vince.
even during the episode, they was dropping
Yeah,
cliffhanger.
yeah,
Boom,
yeah,
bang.
yeah,
Here you go,
yeah, yeah, yeah. This was an enjoyable watch. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought this
bro.
was first of all, as we said, all it has to be all one of the things it has to tick is the writing. Was this
Yeah,
written well? Yeah, I mean, does the story make sense? Is there enough twists and turns? Is the mystery in? And I felt like it did in this film. Like I really did. I thought the mystery. There was parts where there was obviously things that you knew was gonna happen. Like there was bait parts. Like if
yeah,
you're a person that watches these kind of things, like you're playing the detective as well. You want to
yeah,
figure out
yeah,
some shit.
yeah.
So it's not that it's even bait in front of your eyes. It's just that if you're watching something like this, you're trying to figure it out too, isn't it? You're being the
Yeah,
detective.
exactly.
You're doing up home detective. You hear me? So
Like, like, no, but did you see that? No, rewind it and this
all of that. You hear me? And this had you doing this all the time. Like I was back.
100%,
What
bro.
did they say?
You know
What
when like you're
was that?
watching it and you'll be like, I bet it's him, I bet it's him because you remember, yeah, when he did the thing that this, that, right, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, all of that. This had me doing this all throughout the episodes. So I really enjoyed that, and I really thought they'd done a good job in the storytelling, and just with the twists and turns and holding mystery, but giving you a bit where it was like, oh, yeah, me, something's going on here. It wasn't all the way perfect. Weren't all the way perfect. I did get annoyed a bit by some of the flashbacks with the storytelling. But at the same time, if you watch these sort of series or films or this category of mystery, um, you kind of know where they're going with it. I knew where they were going with the flashbacks. I knew I wasn't gonna get the whole flashback until the end.
Yeah, of
Like I knew
course.
like it was just gonna be broken up in clips. So once you see it a couple of times, like let me stop paying attention to that because
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah,
really
of
gonna
course.
know what happens with that until like the last episode. You get me? But those kind of parts I got a bit bored of, and I felt longed out the series more than it needed to be, if I was honest. Um, but that was
I
one of the
think
bad things I had to say about it.
that, yeah, I could work with that, but you know what? I kind of was like, all right, like I just want to get to the end and find out what happened, who's doing what here. You get me?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
liked. There was one twist in this where I had to give them their flowers because I did not see it. Like I didn't see it. There was one part I missed, which may have clicked it because I didn't find out until after, and because I was speaking to Roxanne, and she was like, "Yeah, but I this happened before," and I was like, "Oh, I missed that bit." So maybe I
Okay.
would have clocked onto it sooner. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about,
I
but
don't. I don't. I
okay.
don't.
But
Can
when
you
it
touch on
when
it
it
without
happened,
saying it? Was it
it's
something towards the end?
it was towards the end. I don't know. It was to do with a character that isn't a
A
character
main
that is
character?
in the show but isn't in the show.
All right. Yeah.
They're
Uh,
in the show. They're in the show, but they're not in the show. They're not. They're
if I
not.
say motorbikes,
No,
uh,
not motorbikes. More to do with.
mum. If I say mum, there's
Nah, you can say wife.
wife.
You can
Nah, I
say
don't know.
wife. You can say wife. You
I
don't
don't
get it from wife.
Not when you're saying a character in the show, but not in the show. Nah.
Oh, come on, bro. When we get off it, all right, when we get off it. But anyway, there was a twist in this that I did not see. Like, they did not see. And to be honest, even because obviously you're gonna find out the killer. Even the
Yeah.
killer, I
Bro,
that was like that
bro.
was like okay, okay,
You see
cool.
the end? You see the end? You see how
Yeah.
they, bro?
I was
Kudos to
like, all
them.
right.
I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't. I could have assumed it may have crossed my mind, but I
Yeah.
wasn't going with that. If you asked me, I wasn't going with that.
Nah,
Yeah.
I wasn't
Um.
gonna say that person.
By that time, well, just before that, I actually thought this was going somewhere completely different, and I was almost disappointed. And I'll say it had more something to do with the past and school. You know that whole
Okay,
school thing?
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
thought, please don't make this something just a massive cover up for something.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So I was almost disappointed. And that is probably why I like the ending even more. Because I was like, oh,
The,
okay, you got me.
the
And even
end,
how they ended it was sick. I'm not gonna lie.
the end
I thought the
was
ending was
was
sick.
the end was it was like I was
Yeah,
like, yeah,
yeah.
wicked. Like I was
Yeah.
like, yeah. I
It
was sat
made
there,
sense. It made sense.
bro.
Like,
You know when you like something so much, you're there bigging it up while the credits are going. I was
yeah.
like, yeah, that was like
Are
that
you
was
that?
that
Are
was
you
dope.
that? Yeah.
That was dope. That was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, it was good, man. I proper enjoyed this. And also, why it is even better is because these are the type of shows I don't like to like. Like these are the type of things that I feel like are just slapstickly done, just like
It's always this
stupidly done.
cliche though. It's always that's what I'm saying. It's like you know what you're getting with it. It's
Yeah,
for the most part, like you're right. It's never really all that. Like you'll
yeah,
watch
yeah,
it,
yeah.
but it's like throwaway. But this one, I'm like, nah, I enjoyed this. There was
This was
enough
good.
twists and turns. Like the mystery was good. Like everything was good about this. I actually enjoyed it. Like all the acting weren't great, but it really weren't bad. It weren't bad at
Yeah,
all. You get me?
yeah. The acting was a bit
You get
shaky,
me?
but it wasn't like, oh my God, jeez.
Yeah. Michelle
Yeah.
Keegan had a lot of screen time though, but she definitely come back on the scene with like I can see her getting work from this. This was a good
Oh,
a
I
good start.
expect it.
This is a
I
good start. She
expect
can
it.
go
She
home
deserves it.
feeling good about this one. Yeah, she can feel good about this. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. I
this
enjoyed
was
this.
good. No, I
Even
did.
like they done so well, even in terms of like there were certain characters and certain friends that you were led to believe that was dodgier than they were or less dodgier than they were. Like there was a lot going on. One of the characters I liked and didn't like was the detective's partner.
No, I thought he was sick. I'm not hearing a bad word about him.
I feel
He
like
was.
they made him too. I feel like they made him like because he weren't actually silly, but they kind of made him silly for too long. By the time he kind of got into his bag, it's like, cool, I get what you're doing here. But they kind
Nah.
of had him kind of because when his introduction, he was a dumbass. Like
Yeah,
they had you thinking he was a bit of an idiot. You hear
he
me?
was,
He
but
wasn't an idiot. He wasn't an
he was
idiot.
he
He
was
was a
good.
good addition. He was a good addition.
He
He was
was,
just I just
and
felt like
he was clean hearted. That's what I
yeah,
liked
yeah,
about him.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
clean hearted. He's a clean
yeah, yeah.
hearted you. Clean hearted you. You get me? He was good. He was good. Now I
He was
liked him.
good.
He's probably one of my favorite characters, to be honest.
No,
I
he was
proper
good.
liked
He
him.
was good. He was good. He was good. I just felt like they made him a dumbass for too long. You hear me? By the time he
Yeah,
started coming out his show, you realize, nah, he's about his thing. You hear me?
yeah,
It's
he
like,
was
oh,
smart. He was smart.
yeah, you that
But
boy.
nah. Did you know what? This one. Anyway, let's get into it. So, like, is it a watch it or not for you?
This is definitely a watch it for me. I think this is a perfect way to start the top of the year. Um, like you said, it's not necessarily my type of content, but it is because I always do go to them and I do watch them. But this is one of the best ones I've seen in a little while. I think it might be one of my man's best ones, if I'm honest. I think I preferred this to things like Stay Close and Stranger. I don't know if that's because it's still fresh, but
Mm.
I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed it. So it's definitely a watch it from me.
Yeah, for me, this is a massive watch. I proper enjoyed this. There wasn't a boring episode for me. Like there wasn't
Nah,
one boring episode.
nah,
And
they weren't. They weren't.
all the new characters were all sick. I liked the introductions. I
Yeah,
I like the flashbacks, and it's like, oh, what happened and this, that. Oh, okay, you're piecing stuff together and this, that. I like when you like this character and you're like, oh, now he's shady now and this, that. Oh, why has he put that tracker there? What's going on here and this, that, and blah, blah. Then you're like, oh, I hope it's not him. And then it's like, I bet it's him, this, that, blah, blah. Oh no,
yeah,
it's the police officer. No, it must be the police officer. It's not the police officer, it must be him, this, that. I was
bro.
loving it, bro. I was enjoying myself throughout the whole thing, bro. This
Nah,
this is a
I'm in
good show,
agreement.
bro. This
I'm in
is
agreement.
definitely a watch it.
This was a good watch. This was something fun. Not even no, that was fun. It was just a good watch.
Nah, it was fun. It was
Good
fun. You can
TV.
say
Good
it. It was
TV.
fun.
Nah, yeah, cool,
It was
cool, cool.
fun.
It was fun. It was
You got
fun.
the nail on the head. I felt like a detective. I felt like I'm
Yeah.
trying to work this out as well. You get me? I'm trying to work this out too.
Nah, definitely, definitely, man. This is good, man. People go check this one out. It's
Yeah,
fresh to Netflix. Fresh. So you ain't
yeah,
missed out
early.
just yet. We ain't giving nothing away. You see how we're good with the reviews now. We're not giving too much away, but I felt like we give you enough. Yeah. Fool Me Once is called. Michelle Keegan. She's back up. Michelle Coronation Street Keegan.
Keegan. Yeah,
Yeah.
Coronation Street Keegan.
Yeah, go check that one out, man. Go check that one out.
Yeah.
Um,
Let us know what you think about it as well. Let us know if you agree. Did you catch on to who the killer was? Did you know? Did you get all the twists? What? Let us know if you
if
was
you knew
even
the
ahead of
killer,
the
I
game.
need to know. You need to explain how. What gave it
Yeah,
off?
yeah. What gave it away?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right,
Uh,
cool, man. That's the review part done. What we got? You got any recommendations? You've been watching
do I
anything? You
have
want to
any
let us know?
recommendations? Do I have any recommendations? Fair Play. Fair Play. That's a film on Netflix. I just did a 60-second review on that. That was a good watch. That was a good watch. That was another one of them films like this where it's like it's a thriller.
Hmm.
It's not a mystery, it's more of a thriller, but you know, it's like it just had you thinking, oh, is that gonna happen? Boom, boom, boom. It had you involved. Fair Play. Check that
Okay.
one out. It's on Netflix.
I got one. Blue-Eyed Samurai on Netflix. That's
Yes.
animation. For me, it was very, very slow. A lot of people don't agree with me. They feel like it was jumping from the very early, but for me, I found it hard to get into. But once I got into it, I was like, all right,
You're good.
cool. You get me? And you're
You're
set
good.
up for series two at the end. So I'm like, yeah, I'm ready for series two. You get me? That's me. So Blue-Eyed Samurai on Netflix. It's an animated series. It's not dubbed, it's not subbed, sorry, it's dubbed. So check that one out. And also, for just the madness, I don't want to go on record and recommend this so that you can say to your people, ah, this was recommended by Daniel Nero from Watch It. I don't want that. I'm just gonna tell you, watch this because it's an experience. It's something you'll never forget. Saltburn. It's You're not gonna forget that film. You're not gonna forget that
Bro,
you was there one day and watched this movie Saltburn. I promise you.
that's
Watch
all I'm hearing
Saltburn.
about this. That's all I'm hearing about this film. Like the craziest scene. I'm hearing bathtub scenes. I'm hearing graveyard
Brother.
scenes. I'm hearing
Brother.
Mazid. You hear me? Um,
Brother.
I'm definitely gonna watch that this week. That's definitely gonna be our next review because it sounds like one
Bro.
of them ones where we might have to give a real little chat about it. You hear me? So
Bro. It's a
yeah.
wild one. So yeah, check that out. Saltburn.
All right, sweet. Say no more. Say no more. I said say no more. I said say no more. No. All right. Anyway, people, it's been good. It's been fun. We're back. You hear me? We're back on your screen. So make sure you check everything out. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and all of that good stuff. You hear me? Because
Yep.
we still need to build up the community. Still need to
100.
build up the community.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anything else coming? Look out for some cine clubs.
Yeah.
We're back on our quick reviews, so make sure you're following us on TikTok and on Instagram, keeping up to date with everything.
Yeah.
That's all I got, really, man. That's all I got, man. Anything? Anything?
No, all good.
Nah. All right, people. You already know, man. If you're looking for something to watch, or you're thinking about watching something, yeah, but you're not really too sure if you should check it out and if you should waste your time, what you need to do is check out Watch It or Not TV for the best movie and TV review shows that your auntie, new fling has ever seen. Yeah? Cool. We out.
Yeah.